Critical analysis. Headless Chrome vulnerability in Facebook ad platform October 2024. Executive summary in October 2024. Security researcher Ben Sadegiper, working with Alex Chapman, discovered a critical remote code execution RCE vulnerability in Facebook's ad platform. This flaw allowed attackers to hijack internal Meta servers via an unpatched headless Chrome browser embedded in Facebook's ad infrastructure. The vulnerability exposed Meta's internal infrastructure, enabling potential compromise of back-end systems and sensitive data. Meta resolved the issue within 1 hour of disclosure and awarded Sadegipa Nahams a $100,000 bounty, the maximum under its bug bounty program. This incident underscores systemic risks in complex server-side advertising ecosystems and the value of ethical hacking. Researcher profile and vulnerability details. Ben Sadegiper at NahamSec is a renowned security researcher with a history of high-impact discoveries, notable achievements, part of a team that reported 55 vulnerabilities to Apple's bug bounty program 2020, resulting in $288,500 in rewards earned, including 11 critical severity flaws. Methodology focuses on server-side attack surfaces, leveraging automation tools to probe data processing workflows. For this Facebook investigation, he targeted ad delivery systems due to their complexity and access to internal infrastructure. Technical specifics of the vulnerability. Attack vector. Facebook's ad creation servers used a headless Chrome browser, a GUI-less version of Chrome controlled programmatically to render and process ads. This instance was vulnerable to a previously patched Chrome flaw, exact CVE undisclosed by Meta. Root cause: unpatched software. Meta failed to update the headless Chrome component to a version containing the fix. Inadequate sandboxing. The browser had direct access to internal servers, bypassing network segmentation controls exploit mechanism. Sidekeeper crafted a payload exploiting the Chrome flaw to achieve arbitrary code execution on the host server. This granted command line control over the server managing Facebook's ad workflows, effectively allowing lateral movement within Meta's internal network. Headless Chrome implementation flaws, standard implementation vulnerable Facebook implementation, regular browser updates unpatched, outdated Chrome version restricted to isolated sandbox, direct access to internal servers, limited system permissions, elevated privileges for ad processing too. Timeline, exploitation, impact, chronology of events. Discovery, October 2024. Saidgipar identified the flaw during routine testing of Facebook's ad platform, exploiting it within hours using custom scripts. Disclosure, reported immediately to Meta via its bug bounty program. Mitigation, Meta patched the vulnerability within 1 hour and instructed Saidgipar to halt testing exploitation process. 1. Initial access. The attacker delivered a malicious ad payload or HTTP request that interfaced with Facebook's headless Chrome instance. 2. Command injection. Exploited the unpatched browser flaw to execute OS commands on the host server. 3. Persistence and lateral movement. Enabled interaction with internal APIs and databases adjacent servers in Meta's ad infrastructure. Impact scenarios. Critical infrastructure compromise. Full control of ad servers could enable data theft, exfiltration of ad metrics, payment details or user targeting data, service disruption, shutdown of Facebook's ad delivery ecosystem, supply chain attacks, compromise of third-party advertisers via back-end integrations. Systemic risk. Sidekeeper emphasized similar vulnerabilities likely exist in other AD platforms due to complex server-side data processing, fix implementation, and Meta's response technical remediation, browser patching. Meta updated headless Chrome to a secure version, closing the RCEE vector. Sandbox reinforcement isolated the browser using containerization, e.g., Docker or kernel level restrictions to block direct server access. Process hardening revoked unnecessary permissions from ad rendering services. Operational changes accelerated patch cycles, implemented stricter monitoring for third party component vulnerabilities. Bug bounty escalation prioritized critical infrastructure reports with rapid response protocols, e.g., 1 hour mitigation. Internal audit scanned for similar flaws in other systems using headless Chrome compensation, awarded Cyberkeeper $100,000, the maximum bounty for critical severity flaws, reflecting the vulnerability risk level. 4. Lessons learned and industry implications, technical insights. Headless browsers are high risk components. They provide a direct bridge between external inputs and internal systems if misconfigured. Legacy modes, e.g., headless equals old, are particularly vulnerable. Supply chain exposure, Meta's dependency on Chrome introduced risk. Proactive patch management is non negotiable. Organizational actions, continuous dependency scanning, automate detection of outdated libraries in CI/CD pipelines. Zero trust architecture, segment critical infrastructure, enforcing strict access controls even for internal services. Threat modeling, ad platforms must assume headless components will be targeted and design defenses accordingly. Broader industry impact. Advertising platforms at risk, complex server side processing creates vulnerability hotspots across the sector. Bug bounty value demonstrated by Mate security recommendations for headless browser implementations, risk area best practice patch management, automate updates. Monitor CVE databases for dependencies, sandboxing, run browsers in ephemeral containers with minimal permissions, attack detection, deploy behavioral analytics to identify abnormal command execution, access control, enforce network segmentation, disable internal server access. Conclusion. The Facebook headless Chrome incident exemplifies how third party software dependencies can become catastrophic single points of failure. Sadikipa's discovery underscores that even tech giants like Meta face critical oversights in patch management. The $100,000 bounty validates the economic logic of bug bounty programs, but proactive measures, automated patching, sandboxing, and infrastructure segmentation are essential to preempt such flaws. As advertising platforms grow in complexity, this case serves as a benchmark for securing headless workflows against server side exploits. Future defenses must blend rapid response with architectural resilience, treating every external facing component as a potential attack vector.